We're doing a neck reset on this D-28, and my GoPro card malfunctioned. It said it was full, so I missed all my introduction, but I already did the frets on this guitar, and we just measured the action. I'll show you that stuff in just a minute. And this feels pretty hot right now. I'm going to check the top, make sure nothing's going on. Looks good. It's back on. You know, I look for moisture, like I've said before, because being in a humidified environment, the protectors can sometimes hold moisture. So what I did, while waiting on this to heat, I used my dial calipers, and I measured the saddle, which is easy to do now, and I get 105 right at the low E string. I measured the action to be 103. I'm fixing my notes here. At 105. I would like for that saddle to be about 135 tall. So the saddle's going to go up 30 inches, or 30 thousandths. That's going to make the action go up 15. So 103 plus 15 equals 118. So write that down. 118. Let's just call it 120. At 135. And I would like for it to be 93 thousandths of an inch. So 120 minus 93 is 27. I need to drop that action 27 thousandths of an inch. It's going to take twice that at the saddle. So 27 times 2 is 54. It's a 3-to-1 ratio from the saddle to the neck joint to the heel. So 3, 1, so 54 divided by 3 is 18 thousandths of an inch. So I'm going to take roughly 18 thousandths of an inch off of the heel. And that's a minor neck reset. Normally I take about twice that. But it's bad enough, just enough off anyways. The owner wants it right, I want it right. We're going to do neck reset. I think this is probably warm enough now. And I've got the pressure cooker over there already working. So this is nice and hot. Dip a little water in there. And we're going to loosen the fingerboard extension. The owner and I are discussing whether or not I did a neck reset on this. He thinks I did, but I don't see any holes here, so I'm not sure I ever did. Or I'm not sure it's ever been reset. So we're going to find out here directly. That loosened up great. I'm going to drill 2 holes right here. 3/32 of an inch drill bit. That went in real nice. Great. I should have a string up here somewhere. I'll use this little Allen wrench. Oh yeah, that drops in all the way perfectly. Okay, let's go over to the neck reset bench now. Let's take the GoPro over there. We're going to swing over to here. And let's put the camera over here. Let's see if I can look at it and see what's going on. Looks decent. Alright, first time I've used this bench like this, and here's my little tool. And this is going to go in right there. And I showed you this already. It's got an angle top on it with some cork padding. So that goes in there. Bring the guitar up here. I've got a towel to pad it. I'm going to set that there. I'm going to set a sandbag on the body. Grab my clamps. Put them right there, and again, they go right on the rim of the guitar. A little bit of pressure. Just to hold it. That looks good. Got a paper towel right here to wipe up moisture. And I'm going to move my little floor pad here so that when this clamps fall, it won't make too much noise. I don't want to scare everybody. We're getting good steam. Let's steam it. And grab right there. So let's go with this one for a minute. There, all the way down. Okay, like I said before, once it starts steaming, there you go. Steam's already coming out that hole. That's great. That's why I like using the 2 holes here, because I can see that steam coming out. You want to hold on to the neck, like I've said before. It's not going to come off just yet, but you know, you want to hang on to it. You don't want it falling on the floor. That's embarrassing, especially on camera. So we're going to steam this a little bit. I don't see any steam escaping on the sides. It's coming out through the hole really good. So that's nice. Lots of steam. Switch to the other side for a minute. There we go. That's better. Steam's coming out. That means it's going completely around the joint. It's probably got enough pressure on the clamps right now to start loosening, and it doesn't take that much. You can rock the neck a little bit like this. Oh yeah, it's getting loose real fast. Definitely want to hold on to that neck. Let's put just a little bit more on it. Starting to move. Here it comes. There we go. Piece of cake. Well, I don't think I did this one. Well, I don't know. There's some shims. You know, I have before I initialed them into here. So. Okay, here's another thing to check. And that is now the neck's off. Are there any other holes in here? And those are the only 2 holes I see. There's a toothpick. Ah, that's mine. I did do this. I used a toothpick to plug that. God, I did a good job. You can't even see it. See the toothpick? I plugged that hole with a toothpick and then put super glue or something on top of it. So, yep, I did this one. Huh. Okay. Now I definitely got to give him a discount. Even though it was, what, 2010 when I did this. Since the glue is nice and warm right now, I'm going to immediately clean this up. And those do look like my shims in there. So, what I was going to say is when I remember, I put my name on the top right here. I put my name and then the date that I did the neck reset. Just so if someone else comes along and then they can blame me for it, you know. These shims are real thin, so it didn't take much the first time. I probably, again, just needed a very minor reset the first time. Put my little block up. That worked really nice. That didn't fall on the floor and that didn't move, and it was consistent. And all that stuff. So, now, I didn't use much glue in here, so this is, yeah, my reset. I don't use much glue in these things. They come off easy like that. Okay. Clean that up. I use the edge of the chisel for this. It makes a pretty good scraper. You can jam your thumb up here like this, and you can pull it. I'll clean that up more later, but that should do it for now. Get the guitar out of the way. And do the same thing to the neck, although there's not much on the neck. The shim stayed with the body. Use this again. Use it as a scraper. Yeah, that's mine. I can tell the way I undercut the heel right here. That looks very much like my work. And there's just this toothpick in here. I did a real good job of hiding those holes. I'm impressed. I only see one hole though. That's interesting. It must have been before I started using 2 holes on a routine basis. Which, gosh, I can't remember. You know, I thought I've always used 2. Who knows? Okay. That neck's nice and clean, and we're just going to leave that toothpick in there because it's not bothering anything. I'm going to cut it off, though. There we go. That neck's off. Now it's going to sit there, and I'm going to let it dry overnight. We're going to go work on another guitar right now. So GoPro's just 12 minutes. 12 minutes to take that neck off. Of course, I had the fingerboard heating a little bit over there before we started, so that doesn't count. Took probably 15 minutes to get it off. That's not the hardest part of a neck reset. The hardest part is getting it back on, and then, you know, I do a new saddle for part of it and all that stuff. So, anyway, I like that neck press technique a lot. You can see how easily it came off, and how controlled it was, and it just popped straight off. There was no wiggling from side to side. The finish over here on the side is great. We didn't damage anything. Just, you know, once I started using that technique out of necessity, it's great. And you can see how simple it is. I just clamped to the edge of the workbench. I don't need any fancy big massive jigs or anything like that. All I use is a simple little block. A couple of clamps. Yeah, they hit the floor. Like I said before, I could probably tie those onto the bench and then they'd just fall and hit. But I put my pad under here, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I caught one of them and just one of them hit. So that's it for this one. That's quick, huh? Working on another guitar here I've got to finish up. And then I've got a D-28 Marquee Sunburst that's just in for the basic tune-ups. It's going to get a popsicle brace out. Back brace is scalloped. Check the action. Just look it over. And I got to work on the other guitar first. I got to get it in progress because I've had it for a long time. Which the owner is fine with that. I told him it would be forever. And he said that's fine. But I need to get it done. So I'm going to work on it for a little bit. If I feel still motivated, I'll work on the Marquee. And then I've got a 70s over there. Dad's guitar that got, wasn't butchered. It was overdone by another Lutheran, so it sounds terrible. I'm looking forward to getting on that one, actually. So I want to get those other 2 knocked off, and then I'm going to start on that other 70s. But that's all we got for today. And I'm finally getting motivated to get into the shop. The weather's getting better. The sun's shining. And I've been talking now for almost as long as it took to take that neck off. So we'll see you all later.